Okay, number 4. What's my transformation here? What does it do? What does the 2/3 do? The slope 2/3 do? Yeah, it's opposite our absolute value concepts, right? It's in our absolute value functions, a fraction between 0 and 1 made our function wider. Here, it makes it narrower or compresses it. Yes, it's on your homework tonight too. You have homework every night. All right, so what's the easiest way to graph these? Calculators. All right, this is a cube root. Everybody remember how to put it? Well, first put the fraction in. 2 divided by 3 in parentheses. And then everybody remember the cube root? Hit the math key. And 4 brings up the cube root. And we have the cube root of x, close parentheses, and graph. Now I need some good points. Hopefully I get some whole numbers. Hopefully. Not always. Hopefully. So second graph to bring up my table. I know my HK here is what? My H, 0. My K, 0. So my HK is 0, 0. Practice right there. Can you guys see that? Okay, 0, 0. Now, unfortunately, with this one, I don't get any whole numbers other than 0, 0. So I'm going to have to deal with fractions here. All right, so I have 1, and it looks to be like 2/3. 0.666666. 2/3. Okay. Yeah, gee, that's kind of ironic, isn't it? All right, let's get some more. We need an outlier point. Let's see if we can get one pretty far out there. We can't really go past 10, can we? Our graph only goes up to 10. So let's use 10. And I'm going to use 1.4. Okay. Now, the negative side, what do you think is going to happen here since I have 0, 0 for my HK? Yeah, -1 and -2/3. Good. And then I'm going to have -10 and -1.4. Okay. So let's plot these. I have 0, 0. Bless you. I have 1, 2/3. So 1 and almost 1. So there's 2/3. Then I have 10 and like 1.5. So 10, 1.5. And then I have the negative, the same thing. -1, -2/3. So -1, -2/3, where this thing's really squished. And -10, -1.5. See if I can do this. That's pretty good. What's my domain for all cube roots? And my range for all cube roots? Okay, there's number 4. Any others? Want me to do all of them? Let's look at number 1 then. What are my transformations? Down 3, left 1, good. This is a square root, so let's put that in our calculators. So I have the square root, which is the second key, x squared brings up my square root. X plus 1, close parenthesis, minus 3, graph. Bring up some, ladies. Let's bring up our table. Let's see. We've got what's our HK? -1, 3. So there's our HK, -1, 3. Zero, -2. And for the square root, I only need 3 points. 3, -1. I should be able to graph it with 3 points. -1, 3. Just double check. -1, -3, right? Yeah, that seems better. -1, -3. 0, -2, and 3, -1. Okay, my domain is first of all, my domain, my x value is going to positive or negative infinity. Positive infinity, so that's going to be on the right-hand side. And my h, -1, right? Includes -1. How about my domain? My domain is a positive infinity or negative infinity? Positive infinity, so that's going to go on the right. I'm doing the range, y values. And my k for the range is -3. Good. Questions, comments, concerns? Get that, ladies? The next one's negative, so yeah, we'll go first. Exactly. All right, number 2. What are my transformations? In fact, we just talked about one of them. Up 1. And we talked about the next one being a negative, so it's going to flip. The 3 is going to make it wider. It's opposite the absolute value function. Wider or stretch. There's one more. We have that already. Reflect, flip. The +1. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The -2. It's going to be right 2. Okay. Let's put this in our calculators and get some points. This is a square root, so we only need 3 points. -3 square root x minus 2. If you don't put the parenthesis in, it won't graph. Plus 1 graph. We know the HK is, our HK is 2, 1. Hit my table. And there's 2, 1. There's my HK. So I need 3 points. 3, negative 2. And 6, negative 5. Okay, start up my HK. 2, 1. 3, negative 2. And 6, negative 5. So this one flipped and stretched. Okay, what's my domain? What's my H? 2. And on the x-axis, it's going to positive infinity, right? Now, the range is my k. We know k is 1, but be careful because it's going to negative infinity, and you always put the smallest number first. So negative infinity goes first, and then my k is 1, includes the number 1. Questions? Well, because that's the larger number. Always it goes smallest, larger, smallest, large. Okay. All right, number 3. This is a cube function, so we're going to need 5 points. What are my transformations? And wider. Good. Let's put it in our calculators and graph it. So I have 3 cube root. I'm going to hit the math button, number 4. And I have x plus 2, parenthesis, minus 1. Graph it. Okay, let's hit our table. My HK. My HK is negative 2, 1. I'm sorry, negative 2, negative 1. So negative 2, negative 1 is my HK. So if I go higher, it's going to be negative 1, 2, and 6, 5, right? I should have left space for my other numbers. Negative 3, negative 4, and 10, negative 10, negative 7. Okay. I said I should have left some space for my other side, but I didn't. What? These are my 5 points. Negative 10, negative 7, negative 3, negative 4, negative 2, negative 1, which is my HK, negative 1, 2, 6, 5. Plot those. My HK, negative 2, negative 1. -1, 2, and 6, 5, and then -3, -4, and -10, -7. There's my 5 points. Domain and range for cube functions. So there's number 5. And the last one. Are we good? Bella, you're shaking your head, but you're playing with your phone. Not sure if you're shaking your head at your phone or if you're shaking your head at my question about are you good? No what? Okay. So you got this stuff? I'm just asking. Why are you getting so irritable with me? Jeez. Emily? Cube roots you need 5. Square roots you only need 3. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, let's do the last one. You guys want to try the last one and I'll come around and help you? Yeah. All right. Why don't we do that? You guys try the last one. Our transformations were left 1, up 3, and the 2 is going to make it wider or stretch. No, 2.1 was a practice worksheet that I gave you guys a long time ago. This is a square root. So I only need 3 points. It starts at my HK. My HK is -1, +3. Okay. And then we get, what were the good points? 0, 5 was one of them, wasn't it? And what? 0, 5, 3, 7. So -1, 3, 0, 5, and 3, 7. Okay, they both go to positive infinity on my axis. Okay, my H for the domain is -1, includes it. My K for the range was 3 and includes that. Okay. So your practice work then, I gave you a, was page 418, right? So your book work, page 418. Numbers, that's why I gave you guys a sheet of graph paper back there. Numbers, 7, 11, 19. Uh, 25, 27, 28. So 6 problems. And here's the kicker. You have to accurately graph these. Accurately graph. Which means your good points. You have to identify the transformations. exactly what we did. And what else? Domain and range, right?